All right. So this happened. The Last of Us Day was on Monday, and of course we record our episodes on Sunday. So we're about a week late, but let's just go ahead and react to this trailer. Don't play with the sound because it's got copyright music. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Give our quick reactions. You've seen this, of course, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay. All right, The Broken Watch. This is the song that played when they were getting ambushed, by the way. It was playing in their truck. Those of you who played the game. There we go. Ellie, still don't like how she looks. This looks like the beginning of the game when they first left the quarantine zone, right before they find out she's infected. So is this. I don't remember there being security footage. I don't know what that is from. Let's see. Oh, this is the museum when they're in Pittsburgh. And what else we got?
Clicking noises.
Craig Mazin. Oh, yeah, the clicker noises.
Somebody typing on the keyboard.
This is from the DLC. Don't know why Riley looks like that or why Ellie looks like that. His daughter's mixed now. I'm just quickly noticing changes. That's Bill. Don't know who that's supposed to be. This is the beginning of the game. Now an airplane falls out of the sky. That's different. That never happened in the game. Running with his daughter. I think this is that supposed to be Tess? They keep showing this woman. Clicker, our first look at a clicker there.
Tess. I mean, and, I know it's definitely Tess in that little barrel with the holes in it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That had to be Tess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. Our first look. Go back to the beginning of just play it from the beginning again. I'll tell you when to pause it. Because certain stuff looked really, really cool. So this is inside the quarantine zone.
Are any of you guys excited for this show?
Yeah, let me know.
That are in the chat.
Does this look good to you guys? I'm actually excited. Other than the way Ellie looks, everything else looks good.
Did anybody like the Last of Us game?
Of course they did. That's not a question.
Oh Lord. Yeah, our producer's in the chat. He hasn't.
There we go. Pause. Go back a few seconds. Pause. Go ahead. Play it. Yeah. Pause right there. Yeah. Well, try to get it while the lightning was striking, so you could see the buildings. There we go. Anyway, that looks cool. Those two buildings leaning over on each other. That's from the beginning of the game when you're going through the collapsed downtown area. You're still kind of in tutorial mode at that point in the game. But yeah, that looks really cool. They did a really good job recreating that on the live set. I'm sure, of course, this part is CG. I'm sure they didn't build two skyscrapers and then tear them down.
Twin Towers?
Anyway, that is The Last of Us. Yeah, that's the trailer. What do you? You messed me up with the Twin Tower thing. Anyway, it looks great. I'm very excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see. Let me just take a look at the chat real quick.
Mr. Blackson says,
Meh. He just wants the game on PC.
And he said no Jack and Coke.
What does that mean?
Some kind of beverage. Yeah. See, I Am Him says he's excited. Golden Kid says he's gonna watch it, of course.
What's up, Mina?
And yeah, they think it looks good.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I do too. I think it's going to be good. And matter of fact, for a while I was saying this is going to be the first good video game adaptation. But then I remember last episode we talked about The Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's a well, The Witcher show is a good I like that show.
Oh yeah, the show The Witcher. Yeah, so I was like maybe that's the first good video game adaptation because everyone likes that show who's seen it.
Yeah. I would say so.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably another one. I'm pretty sure something came out before that.
Maybe.
That's good.
But the Mortal Kombat movie?
No. I didn't like that movie.
Anyway, this will be the the second best adaptation of a video game. Not like Uncharted, hopefully. Go ahead. Let's go to our next story. Google Stadia. I got this email. I'm just showing you my email right now. So I got an email basically saying that they're shutting it down. I'm sure everyone heard the news at this point. Google Stadia will no longer exist. So they're going to be around until they're shutting down January 18th. So you got a couple of more months left. If you have a service, you can enjoy the service until then. They will be offering refunds for any hardware that people bought. So if you bought a controller or the Founders Edition or the Premier Edition or any of those types of editions, did you get any of that stuff?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't wasting my time with that trash.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Google does this all the time. They'll start projects and then just like never follow through. Stadia account data, transactions, and subscription fees. Anyway, they basically confirmed that they were shutting it down. And they didn't waste any time on the memes. Go ahead to the next tab and show them the... I think you sent me this, right?
Did I? Oh, yeah, I did.
Brought this meme back. Just hit refresh. Come on now.
Terrible. And I don't mean the buffering. I mean, like, just sad that Stadia died in 3 years.
Was it 3 years?
I mean, it's pretty much.
Well, Google does this all the time. I mentioned this before. The last time we talked about Stadia, which, by the way, I'll show you a clip of the last time we talked about Stadia. That's kind of funny, too. But, yeah, they do this all the time. They started, Google had, like, a Cash App type service where you could, like, send and receive money, and you could get, like, a Google card. It was like before Cash App. They could have been like their Google. They could have, been the name or the go-to spot for like
money transfers and stuff,
sending and receiving money. And they just kind of like dabbled in it for a few years and then shut it down.
Yeah, that's true.
And I had a friend who loved it. Him and all his family members used it. That's how I heard about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known about it. But he's like, oh, you got to use Google Cash. I'm like, what is that? He's like, they send you a card, blah, blah, blah. It basically was Cash App, Then a few years later, I started using Cash App. Because by the time he sold me on it, he was like, oh, it's great. My mom sends me money sometimes, and I send her money and blah, blah, blah. Then they shut it down. He was like, oh, man, they're getting rid of Google Cash. I really liked it.
I never even heard of that.
All right, this thing's not loading. You guys get it. You've seen this meme before. It's the guys dancing with the coffin. There's Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo all carrying the coffin. It's not going to load.
Well, the chat is saying we got too many tabs open.
That could be it. We do have like 30-something tabs open. Let's close out these tabs as we talk about them. Go ahead and close out the first one. Maybe that'll help things. Close out the email. Refresh it one more time. Does that make a difference? Nope, still too many tabs. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, Stadia developer still working on games is shocked to hear of the shutdown. So this guy basically says he saw all the memes and everything. So he goes, I know everybody's having a great time laughing, but Stadia had the best developer revenue of any streaming service. And launching Hyper Gunsport, which I guess is the game that they were working on, Hyper Gunsport there was going to recoup our developer costs. We were launching there in November and are now in a much tougher situation. The same time that we heard about it, you see up there's a quote above the tweet that says, the people affected sometimes having their lives turned upside down, learn from the press or Twitter. No emails, phone calls, no heads up, no note on the website. So they didn't even tell the developers, all these people who are making games for Stadia, they got the message the same time that we did. Just like, hey, we're shutting down. This guy had a game that was supposed to come out.
I said it was trash. I wasn't wasting my time with it.
Yeah.
It was trash from the beginning.
Yeah, even for the gamers. Yeah, it wasn't good communication on either end. But once again, that's like a Google thing. Like with YouTubers, they're constantly changing like what they want YouTubers to do. Like when they wanted them to all of a sudden be more family friendly and they started like demonetizing channels. But they never sent an email out or anything saying, hey, this is the new direction we're moving towards. We want people to be more family friendly. They just started demonetizing channels. They stopped recommending people's videos. and everybody just had to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
You know,
Google's firing people like Popeyes. They wait till you flour the chicken and then they let you go after you done did all that work.
Yeah, their communication is not great. Go down here. We got some quotes from a few other developers. Go down to the bottom. Not that far. Okay, I know everybody said okay. We read that one already. Tangle Tower was due to launch on Stadia in 2 days' time, and this article is the first I heard about it shutting down. That's from one developer. Another guy says we have a title coming out November 1st. Tales 3 developer. Now we hear about this. A lot of people. His game is coming out in 2 days, so they gave him like no notice. He's hearing about this the same time as we are.
Yeah, but here's the real question. I'm going to pose this question to the chat for interactivity.
Okay.
What? Here's the real question. Who in the chat, or anybody that's going to be watching this later, that's, when it's not live, who in the chat knows any of the names of these games that are being, ran off? Like the Barge Tale 3 or what was that other one you said, Tangle Tower? Does anybody know about these games?
Well, that's not the point. The point is not like, oh, these were highly anticipated games and now everyone's disappointed. It's from the developer's perspective. It's like the developers, they have a whole team of people and they're working on this game, and then they're like, oh, we're going to release this. Game development is not cheap, even for a small studio. So to invest all that time, they've been paying these developers. They're going to recoup the costs once the game starts selling, But now they've spent all the money.
They never put any investment into advertising for these guys or anything. I mean, the most I ever hear about Google's gaming portfolio is when I think the last time was during the Game Awards or something, where they kind of had like a little spot for Stadia, but that was it. I mean, throughout the year, you don't really hear anything about Stadia advertising for their developers or anything like that. So it's kind of like they were killing them already. There was no push for any of their games.
I guess this guy was happy with them because he says they go back up to the tweet.
As far as the revenue,
he said they had the best. What was it exactly? Best developer revenue of any streaming service. So I guess they really didn't care about any of that. But everybody in the chat is also saying, yeah, I never heard of these games. I never have either. But I thought that's just because I'm not playing Stadia. But apparently nobody was playing Stadia anyway.
And you were you subscribed to it? What was the email for?
Yeah, I was subscribed to it. That's why they sent me the email.
But and even you didn't know.
Yeah.
So.
But go to that next tab. See, I did know that they were shutting down because this was 2 months ago in July. This is a clip. This is from the GT Saw channel. This is a clip from what was it? July. The tweet was from July. I don't know when we talked about it. Go ahead and hit play.
Maybe they are shutting down, but people are like, oh well, if they're shutting
down. Go back. Actually,
quit.
we need some context. Go back a few seconds. So the story here was that Google. Did you see the title? Google tweets Stadia is not shutting down. So this is when does the tweet say? What's the date on that? July 29th. So July 29th, they say, hey, there's rumors that we're shutting down. We're not shutting down. What does it say here? We're going to continue to bring you more great games and blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, go ahead now, play it. Because that's what we're talking about, is the tweet of them saying that they're not going to shut down. Just skip forward like 10 seconds.
Continuing.
There we go.
Just give it up.
Just let it play from here.
Maybe they are shutting down, but people are like, oh, well, if they're shutting down, they just quit. Like, why invest more time and money into something that's not going to be around? So they probably are not shutting down for however many more months. So they just like keep spending money until we do shut down.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, we'll just
there. Yeah, so I predicted, I just wanted everybody to know that I predicted they were full of crap in July. And when they came out and said, no, we're not shutting down, I was like, yeah, they probably are shutting down.
Of course.
But how come the game developers didn't know this? You think they would be like, have like market researchers and all that? They should hire me. I would have told them, hey, relax on development of that game.
Because Google's trash.
They should have hired me as the industry analyst. I would have told them.
And
I
I
would have
say
warned
this
them.
while holding a Google-powered smartphone.
With the Google operating system. All right. Well, there is hope. If you're into streaming games and you like the idea of it and you were hoping this would be a success, there's still hope. Go ahead to the next topic. Netflix is getting into games.
Oh, don't forget to close those tabs.
By the way, yeah, go ahead and close that. I tried finding Netflix games and I couldn't find it anywhere. Like I really looked around. I went into the search, I typed in games, I went to like the side tab. Everybody in the comments, let me know if you've ever seen games on Netflix. Because they keep talking about how they're like going in on games and this is like their next thing. Anyway, they're opening a game studio. This is part of them getting more serious about games. Anybody ever played a Netflix game?
You know, there was that one. I don't know if anybody would consider it a game, but I forgot what the name of the show was. But as you were watching the show, it would stop and you had to make choices.
Oh,
as
right,
if it was
right.
like a RPG or something.
Yeah, it's like a create your own adventure type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But it had like live actors.
Right.
And I forgot what the name of that show was. But that, I mean, you could say that was a game, but it's not like it was advertised as a game. But
that's like Heavy Rain to the max.
yeah.
where it's only quick time events.
The graphics were so real.
What did he say? There used to be a Minecraft story mode, robots and something. There's a game on Netflix for. Hey, what's up, Jamal? There's a game on Netflix for a TV show. So you could play a game. You've played it, Jamal?
I don't know. I don't know if that's I wonder if he's talking about love, sex, and robots or something like that. There's something. I don't know if that was a game though. I think that was just a show.
About a game?
No, it was just a show about a bunch of random stuff about love
and robots.
And robots. And that other word.
Yeah. SE.
Oh yeah. No. Jamal
okay.
saying it's the same one that I was talking about.
Okay, this person says not a game but a good show. All right, so no one here has played games. Anyway, they're Amir
from Netflix.
Rahimi from Netflix. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Amir Rahimi says that they're working on a game studio, a Netflix game studio. It's in Helsinki, Finland. They said that apparently Helsinki has the best game developers in the industry. So it says that their vision is to build world-class games studio that will bring a variety of delightful and deeply engaging original games. No ads, no in-app purchases, and hundreds of millions of members around the world. So it sounds like he's not trying to make, because when I thought of Netflix doing games, I thought like Apple making games. You know, Apple has games on the App Store, and then they had like Apple Arcade, which had like a little more like fleshed out games, but they're still kind of like app games, you know? So it looks like they're saying that's not what it's going to be. You're not going to have ads. You're not going to have in-app purchases. So they want to make like legit, like AAA, really good games, you know? So I don't know. Hopefully
that's going to be a while.
Hopefully Helsinki really has the best developers.
I've never heard of them.
Helsinki? You never heard of Finland?
I've heard of Finland, never heard of that other place. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm glad this guy brought this up.
Helsinki is what they have inside of a Hell's Kitchen.
That makes sense.
Go ahead. This guy said what?
Dalsoff says that he's still waiting for his KFC console. It was like an air fryer system where you could make chicken and play your games.
I know. That's a throwback.
And Jamal, I don't know if it's going to be a separate thing or if it is going to be part of the streaming service. That would be interesting.
No, it's going to be a streaming service.
That would make sense.
Just the same way you hop on and you have all these TV shows and movies, and you could just click one and start watching. That's kind of their vision, is to just get on Netflix and you'll have a whole library of games. You could pick one and start playing.
Yeah, well, what they could do is Just
That's what Stadia was supposed to
Xbox does with Game Pass. They could have, or PlayStation, they could have third party support. You know, like have games that's not really part of Netflix's platform, and just to fill in the library a little bit, and then they could have their own
first party exclusives.
first party exclusives on their streaming service.
Yeah, that's how everybody else does it, and that's how Stadia was doing it.
Yeah,
not every one of those games were made by Google or exclusive to Stadia.
Right.
They had Assassin's Creed and all.
Hitman.
You have to have third party games, otherwise that's where Nintendo kind of hurts, when they don't have enough third party. I mean, Nintendo has like really, really good first party games.
They got it. Nintendo got way too many third party, if you ask me.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, they got first party too, but Nintendo has.
No, I mean like the popular third party, like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. Like there's certain third party games that people want, and if it's not available on Nintendo, then they get the other consoles to play it on. Yeah. But Nintendo can get away with it because they have Mario, Zelda, like all these games. People are going to buy one anyway just to play the first party exclusives.
Yeah, that, and there's way more people buying Switches than anything. So
yeah, it's because of the first party games.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck, Netflix. Hopefully you can be the new Stadia that doesn't quit. All right, let's get to our next story. Oh, this is also a follow-up. This is Cyberpunk. We mentioned how it was the number one trending game or number one selling game on Steam after the anime came out on Netflix.
Last week.
I saw the anime. I didn't watch it, but I seen it come up on Netflix when I was trying to figure out where their games are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to check that out. But anyway, they're at 20 million copies now. So they went from like the worst game and the biggest flop of the year to 2 years later, they're at 20 million copies.
Yeah, man.
That's a big comeback.
And I don't think it was the worst game. I mean, it was really buggy, and it trended for being terrible, but because of the performance.
Mm-hmm. The performance, yeah, it wasn't like story stuff or anything.
That's just because people was playing it on the old generation, and that hey,
that's your fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
You didn't want to hunt down.
Should have had better hardware.
Yeah. if you don't want to put in the work to hunt down a PS5.
Well, I mean, the game had came out before the PS5 released, and I know, like, for me, I had played it on the PS4 Pro, and it was fine. Like, I did have some bugs, but it wasn't like as bad as people on like the base PS4 or the base Xbox One. That's where most of the bugs happened.
Okay.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's so unplayable." I didn't have that.
And
problem.
You played it on the PS4 Pro, right?
Yeah.
And the Pro even played smoother.
Yeah. Eventually, I transferred to the PS5 with it, but I was playing it originally on the Pro.
So maybe their mistake was they made a next gen game that should have just been a next gen game, but they wanted to shoehorn it and say, "Oh, by the way, it also works on the previous gen," just to get those extra sales.
Yeah, I think because they had already committed to releasing it on those platforms, and they didn't do like what they should have did was just been like, hey, it's not really going to perform that well on these consoles for what we're trying to get out of the game. What
Sell
we're
it
trying
at a
to
discount or something.
Or, well, I think they should have just said, we're going to scrap the old gen and we're just going to release it on next gen. That's what they should have done.
Yeah. They would have had some negative press because then people would be like, I have a PS4 and they promised. But it would have been, the backlash would have been less than what ended up happening, which is releasing a unfinished product.
Yeah.
All right, well, congrats on the comeback. 20 million copies sold. Let's go ahead to the next story. E3 is returning. Now, I got some bullet points. Go ahead to click on that link, gameindustry.biz or whatever. Scroll down a bit. So there's some main bullet points here. Basically, what happened was the guy said that they were talking about E3 coming back in 2023. The reason they're announcing it now, even though it's not until like basically next summer, is because he knew it was going to get leaked. He was like, it's going to get leaked, and we might as well leak it ourselves. You see over there, why not leak it ourselves, if that's even possible? So the way it's set up, it's remember, it used to only be for people who are in the gaming industry, right?
Well, it was like back and forth.
It was?
Sometimes it was press only, and then sometimes they had it to where people could actually go there. Because one of my friends, named goes by the name Chris. Mm-hmm. That's a regular name. I made it seem like it was going to be something special. But Chris actually went to a E3 like right before the whole virus thing popped off, and they stopped, allowing people to go there. He actually went to an E3 event
as a civilian.
Yeah, just as a regular, because he doesn't do gaming press or anything like that. He just went there to go.
Okay.
I was very jealous of you, Chris, by the way. He posted a lot of photos on like his Facebook about it, and it looked awesome just seeing it from somebody that posting about it. But I thought it was cool. And but some years they were like, oh, we're only doing press only. And then other years they would do, where they would let people come in from the public and go to gaming booths and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was just on and off.
Read that last comment.
I am Chris. Well, I was gonna say his last name, but
you didn't want to do that, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, his first name's Chris. But anyway.
Well, the way they're doing it this year is it's a 4-day event. So it says the first 2 days, you could highlight this if you could find where I'm reading. The first 2 days are only for businesses. The third day is business and consumer. And then the fourth day is purely for consumers. So that's the way they have it structured now. So if you do want to go in 2023, they already have a date and time. The physical event will take place Tuesday, June 13th. It'll be June 13th to Friday, June 16th. So basically the whole week, excluding Monday. In Los Angeles Convention Center, which is where they would normally have it, right?
That's where they normally always had it.
That's the go-to spot. So they're back in their old location. So anyway, that's E3.
Hopefully they actually stick with it this year or the next year, and it actually happens.
Yeah, because we've had rumors about them coming back. Oh, this year there's going to be E3 this year. But now that they have the convention center booked, which I'm sure is not cheap to reserve the Los Angeles Convention Center, then I'm pretty sure they're going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't make sense for them not to be able to do it. I mean, you still had Gamescom going on every year that E3 didn't happen.
Yeah.
You had the Game Awards happening every year in Los Angeles. Like, what? Come on, guys.
I think because the last year E3 was up, a lot of people didn't show up. Like Nintendo was not going to be there. PlayStation said they're not going.
Yeah, all the
showed
big,
up.
Big heavy hitters that everybody was excited to hear from.
Yeah, like maybe
they were all doing their own thing.
Yeah, so that is a good reason to not have the show. I mean, if everybody's just not going to show up, then what are you going to have there?
Yeah, I think Xbox was still showing up there though. I know Nintendo was definitely doing their own little Nintendo Direct, and Sony was doing the State of Play.
Yeah.
But Nintendo started that.
But E3 to me is more exciting than State of Play. Even the way it's structured, like State of Play always just have like a voice. There's no like presenters.
They always have like the big stage events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The only thing that and it would just throw me off is when Ubisoft would come on and they always do those Just Dance performances.
Oh yeah.
That's the only time that game gets mentioned.
I'm sure that's exciting for the people who are there. They get to see like a performance, people are dancing, but we're just like, all right, what's the...
Yeah, get out of here. I want to see the trailers.
Yeah.
I want to hear that world premiere and all that stuff.
Gonna be your pick. All right. What's our next topic?
Oh, welcome back, Golden Kid.
He got his chicken?
Yeah, he got his chicken. Finger licking good.
Go ahead, you click off of this. This is the same one. All right. Oh, this is some games that are coming out. Let me pull up my notes right here so I can have the dates for y'all.
Yeah, so now we going to let y'all know what's coming out in this week?
This week, yeah. So we air every Sunday. So from now on, every Sunday, we're going to tell you what games to expect this week between now and next Sunday. So between now and next Sunday, the first game that's going to be coming out is October 4th. We got Dakar Desert Rally. Go ahead and hit play. You can mute this one. Actually, no. Leave the sound on. Hit play. Just skip forward a bit. Keep going.
Strap in and buckle
somewhere
up.
in the middle.
World.
To like the middle somewhere.
Real life Dakar Rally is a with only your trusty
back.
road book to find waypoints.
There's like a hump there where it shows like most people clicked on it, and go to that a little further back, not forward. Right there. Yeah, hit play from there.
Get to the finish line without getting lost. But be wary, as even the most
Have you heard of this
experienced
game?
pilots can break
No.
down in the middle of the desert wilderness. Dakar Desert Rally
like an
offers
open
several
world.
gameplay mode options.
Hit pause.
So there's one for...
Yeah, so they explain here there's like 3 modes. There's like a sport mode, which has like the markers, and you're supposed to drive to the next marker, kind of how you do in like GTA or something. This is an open world racing game. It reminds me of Drive Club. Remember there's a game called like...
Or the biggest open world racer on Xbox that does it really well, Forza Horizon.
Oh, Forza is open world?
Horizon is.
Oh, Horizon. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is supposed to be... No, because this is... let me see. This is going to be on PC, PS5, Xbox One, PS4, and Series X.
Yeah, so it's a third party multi-plat game.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and hit play. This also like you could play a simulator mode, and it gets like really realistic. Go ahead, hit play.
With the desert stuff,
Yeah,
since it's a desert rally.
the desert.
All types of racing game
the desert
fans.
sometimes has snow. So there are
Sport
some
mode is
areas where
perfect
it's
for the
sport
racing
mode.
casual player. Pick up and play with forgiving repairs and arcade-style rally beacons to guide your way from checkpoint to checkpoint. While professional and simulation modes ramp up the challenge for those who desire the most authentic desert rally experience. You'll start each
The graphics
stage
are pretty
alone
good,
with
too.
only your...
Yeah. Anyway, that's coming out October. That's coming out. I'm trying to act like I'm interested, but I'm not gonna get this game. But for people who are into racers, I think this looks like an interesting game. If you're into racing games.
Yeah.
Then we got also October 4th coming out is Overwatch 2. Go ahead and hit play here.
Faith
you
alone
can mute this one.
isn't enough, Kiriko.
Anyway, most people know what Overwatch is. How would you describe Overwatch? Have you played it before?
I would describe it as trash.
You can't say that. Just because you don't play a game.
It's basically a MOBA. Do you know what a MOBA is?
I don't.
It's described as a massive online battle arena.
Okay.
That's the type of genre that they call it.
So
But,
this is, you see it says team up 5 versus 5.
yeah.
So what makes this different than like most 5 versus 5s is
Or Call of Duty.
right, Call of Duty. What else? There's a lot of 5 versus 5. Uncharted.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty has more than 5 versus 5. But what I was going to say is the way that is different is that, you know, it's first person, but each character has their own little unique abilities and
Right.
skills that they use.
So it's not just a skin.
Yeah.
It's not just decoration.
No,
like
no.
each character.
And they
has-
all have their own little backstories and stuff like that.
Right.
Unlike where Call of Duty, you know, is just, you know, nobody's like really unique outside of their looks.
Yeah, you can create like your own loadouts and stuff like that. But in this game, like you might have somebody who's like a tank. So he's like a bullet sponge, but then he moves really slow. You know, so he has that too. Then you have someone else who moves like really fast, but they take damage easily, stuff like that. And you have like maybe a character who's a good sniper or something like that. So when you play with your teams of 5, you want to have a balance. You want to have one guy who's like the reviver, one guy who's a sniper, one guy who's the tank, one guy who's swift or whatever. If you got like 5 people on your team, they're all tanks, you know, then it's not going to be a balanced match. So that's kind of what makes it a little more interesting, is that these different characters have different abilities. Once again, I haven't played this one either, but I know a lot of people who love this game, and I'm sure they're excited about this one. So October 4th.
There's a lot of online hate for it, though.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
One of the reasons is because the OG characters from the first game, they're saying you're going to have to grind
Yeah, go to the next tab.
to like level 100 just to unlock the first OG character.
Overwatch 2 players will have to play around 100 matches to unlock the original game's heroes. I had a friend who played this, and he really loved this. He really loved this this game here.
Was it Spicy Curry? Because I just noticed that he said it's fun.
Oh, no, it wasn't him. I had a friend named Matt Pig. I haven't seen him or talked to him in a long time. But yeah, I used to work with him and play with him online, and he used to really like this game. Okay, let's go ahead to the next game. Our next release is Deathverse, which is coming out October 5th. Now, this is a piece. Well, this is out on PlayStation and a few other platforms, but now it's coming out on PC October 5th. So go ahead and hit play. I think they showed this at a State of Play.
Yeah, it says October 2021 trailer.
Hold on, I just got something. Overwatch 1 will officially go offline. Oh, October 2nd. Oh, thank you, Spicy Curry. He just texted me that. So that's today. So if you guys are Overwatch fans, tonight's your last night to play the first Overwatch, apparently. And then you got 2 more days before Overwatch 2 comes out. 27 hours. Yeah, thank you for that, Spicy Curry.
That's why I stand by my previous statement.
Overwatch 2 will launch October 4th. We'll go offline. I wonder, it's already... so does that mean people only have like 45 minutes left to play Overwatch 1?
It depends. Depends on when they cut the servers and what time zone they stick into, and whatever.
Yeah.
But
maybe to go by California time. Anyway, have you seen this, the Deathverse, Let It Die?
yeah, I saw this back when that State of Play aired.
State of Play, yeah. What is it, like a battle royale?
I don't remember.
But they're on a TV show, kind of like Hunger Games.
I will let you know I forgot about that game as soon as I stopped watching that State of Play. But according to the little info under there, it says it's a multiplayer melee survival action game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let It Die. Okay. Oh, it's a melee. Okay, so
Yeah,
you're not shooting at each other. You have to actually, run up to the person and fight. Okay. Anyway, if you're into this game, it's coming out on PC. If you've been, if you're a PC gamer and you've been waiting for this game, you got it coming out on the 5th. Here's one of your games that I know you're excited about. Go ahead to the next tab.
Yeah.
You got this game coming to the Switch. Go ahead and tell them about this. I'm going to grab my drink.
Well, I already talked about in the last episode. This game needs no introduction. It's Nier Automata, and it's going to be the end of the Yorha edition for the Switch. Now, this game originally came out on PC and PlayStation and Xbox, and the game is simply amazing. If you like waifus and anime and sword swinging stuff and deep story and crying, well, maybe not the crying part, but it's got a lot in there. And the game actually has a really deep story about, what it means to be human and what is a human really and all that stuff and robots. But anyway, it's a good game. It's very fun to play. It's got like 26 different endings.
Depending on how you play.
Don't let that push you away from the game. It's a really great game. I urge you, if you have a Switch.
And there's an anime coming out for it, right?
That's true.
That's what we talked about last episode.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
So if you want to watch the anime, hurry up and get this game, beat it if you haven't already, so you could, be on time for the anime.
Yeah, and if you don't have a Switch and you still want to check this game out, right now it's $20 on the PlayStation. So, and that's for PS4, PS5. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. The game's great.
All right, that's coming out
on the 6th.
The 6th.
I already got mine pre-ordered. Holla at your boy.
And then go ahead. We got another PC game coming out on the 6th. This is called Triple Take. I'm not a PC gamer. I haven't heard anything about this. But if you are a PC gamer watching...
Oh, it's like a challenging platformer.
The one PC game we have on this lineup has like the most basic graphics of any game we've talked about.
You know what, though? But sometimes, as long as the gameplay is fun, that game could still be one of the greatest games ever.
No, for sure, for sure. I just think it's funny because people who buy PC or who are like avid about PC, they're like, no, you have the best graphics, you have the best hardware, and then they got this.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time,
It's not the only thing they got. You know, they got
the same. You have games like these on like everything. Not just PC. You got it on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
That's true.
Nintendo's
Yeah.
famous for like that's like the indie console. In my opinion, they got like mad indies on Nintendo
PlayStation started
Switch
doing a lot of those. What was that game? Miami, something that you really liked.
Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami.
But that was on everything.
Yeah.
It was on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, as
All
well
right.
as PC.
Anyway, you guys got the idea. Now this one's freezing up as well.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
triple
Click off of these tabs. No, I don't think clicking off the tabs is doing anything. Click off those first tabs.
You know what day that one was coming?
Yeah, DACA, all that. That was on. Let me see. Triple Take was October 6th.
Okay, so same day as Nier Automata.
Right.
Yeah,
Which one are you getting?
definitely not that one.
All right. Then we got No Man's Sky, which has been out for a while, but now it's coming to the Switch, October 7th. Did you know about this? No
I
Man's
did.
Sky coming to the Switch?
I did, but it's another game that I'm like, how is it possible that they're gonna run this on the Switch?
Yeah. What is this? Sun, galaxy, planet, bird, rock, planet.
Everything apparently in the game is procedurally generated. So what that means is every planet you go to, every creature that you discover on the planet, every star in the galaxy
It's not pre-written.
is not, preset there. It's all random. So you can go on a planet and your planet that you first land on could be different from everybody else that's playing. And I've played this on the PlayStation a few times. The game is really addicting. I mean, you're basically just collecting resources and going to other planets. And I think the goal is like you're supposed to get to the center of the galaxy, but there's like over 900 billion planets or something like that. Some
Yeah.
crazy number.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like real life numbers.
But I mean, you can spend a lot of hours in it trying to discover everything, or you could just beeline straight for the center of the galaxy and finish the game, and then just be like, oh man, another game I finished under my belt. But yeah, No Man's Sky coming to the Switch on what day?
This was one of my most anticipated games when it was being advertised for the PS4.
That was for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it just looked awesome.
This is October 7th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, October 7th.
So
okay.
if you got a Switch and you always wanted to play No Man's Sky, your chance is arriving.
All right, next game. This is our last release. We got Superpower 3. This is a PC game coming October 7th. This, at first, I was like, this looks really boring. I don't know who would play this. It's like a simulator, but I was like, this could be educational. Like, I could see
It's
why
the
some
economy,
people would wanna-
stupid. In Superpower 3,
Just let the first few seconds
economic
go by and you
health
tell
of
me if
their
this is
nation
something
is probably
that
the
would
most
interest you.
important
Right now, he's just talking about the
variable for
economy.
any
He's like,
political
every
leader
country's
to
based on their
consider.
economy and so on, right?
Leaders must balance the budget and carefully manage resources. That
Yeah,
said,
nope.
just
I'm
like in
already
the
turned
real
off. It
world,
sounds like
these are
one of those
extremely
real-time
complex
strategy
tasks.
games.
Look.
Resources in Superpower 3.
Keep. Oh, I thought you paused it.
The
Oh my God.
computer buzz.
Nothing wants to work right now.
Buffering.
All right. Anyway, you got the idea. You're balancing resources like your GDP, your crops, and if you have extra, you can start importing to other countries, and it's all based on like real world numbers.
Yeah. Oh, we have just a quick thing from the chat. Jamal is saying that we should probably lower the volume on the video a little bit because it's coming across very loud
Oh, okay.
if we play any more with sound. But
Okay. All right, cool.
we got you.
Thank you, Jermaine. We can't hear you when the video plays. Okay. I appreciate that. All right. Anyway, it's Superpower 3 is coming out for anybody who is interested in that kind of game. If you are interested in that kind of game, let me know. I'm interested to know who likes those kind of games.
I don't think there's anybody in this chat that likes real-time strategies. I could be wrong.
Does anybody in this
'Cause
chat
I-
like real-time strategies? Let me know.
I don't know everybody in this chat, so is there somebody that likes RTS games?
Say nah if you don't, and say yeah if you do.
Are you one of those guys that plays like Civilization 9 or what's one of them other ones?
Nope. No.
Yeah, RTS is a trash.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's my sister's initials, RTS.
really?
Yeah, she might think you're talking about her.
Oh man, I definitely not. No hate.
All right, go ahead. Let's close this tab out. Let's see, one day closing a tab will help. Speaking of monthly releases or weekly releases, these are the games that are coming out this month for PlayStation Plus. If you haven't redeemed your PlayStation Plus games for September, you got until tomorrow to do that, because on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month is when they release the next game. So tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's your last day to do that.
And you don't have to, like, when he says redeem them, you don't have to download them. That just means you could just go in there and just add them to your library.
Right, add to library. You
Yeah.
can download them some other time. But don't lose out. Go ahead and get those. Right now we got, go ahead and scroll down a bit. It'll give you us a little more information. So we got the Hot Wheels, which looks like a racing game.
And this Hot Wheels Unleashed game, I actually wanted to buy this
Oh,
because it got such great reviews, saying that it's a really, really fun arcade racer. It looks great. And I was going to spend money on this, and I'm glad I didn't, because now I'll be able to play it for free as part of my PlayStation Plus subscription.
you know what they say? It pays to delays.
Yeah.
We've all heard that one, right? Just keep scrolling.
What?
Injustice 2 is coming as well.
Yeah, now this one is hilarious
Why is that?
because it was already a PlayStation Plus giveaway years ago.
Oh, well,
I still have it saved in my PlayStation Plus library.
either somebody didn't redeem it or someone didn't have PlayStation Plus back then.
Yeah, it's
And now
giving
they
them a
get it.
chance to get it again.
Get it again, yeah. Go ahead. And then we got another one which kind of confused me. We got Super Hot.
Oh, Super Hot Fire.
Now, I thought Super Hot was a VR game. It's on the VR.
Yeah, it is VR.
So did they also make it like just a first-person game?
I don't know. I just know that it was a VR game.
Because it doesn't say anything
That's
about
first
PlayStation
person.
VR. It just says
Yeah.
a first-person, blah, blah. They never mentioned the PSVR, so I'm assuming you could just play this with the controller now. I didn't know that was a thing.
Maybe.
I thought this was, every time I see a VR game, I see a VR headset, someone's playing this game.
But you know what? If you got PlayStation Plus and you want to verify if it's VR, it's free. So just download it. And if it say you need VR, then you know you just need to delete that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't lose anything other than a little bit of time.
And Spicy Curry says he's played Super Hot. Do you know if Super Hot is
How did
only
you
VR?
play it? How did you play it?
Yeah, how'd you play it? Did you play it VR or was it say you can also play it with a controller? I played it on the Xbox. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
All right. So I guess you could play it on both. I'm going to bring my VR headset one day. Let me know if you guys want to see that. And I'll play this on the VR here on the podcast. We'll figure out how to do that.
There's always a way.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. It won't be too complicated.
I'll have one camera on you and another camera on the monitor or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I can project it onto the monitor and they can see it. Anyway, last chance to download the PS monthly games for September. Does it show you what the games are? No, it doesn't show you. Anyway, go in there and figure it out.
What up,
is
Mills?
it? Need for Speed, Heat, versus.
Those are the titles that are going out.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and grab those.
That's Grand Blue Fantasy versus the fighting game.
Okay.
And Towing,
Towing.
which we talked about in one of the previous episodes when we were talking about,
the monthly games for September.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Wake
last
me
chance.
up.
Go ahead. That's your reminder.
When September.
All right. Now let's what's the I don't know what you're doing over there, but what? Go ahead and click off of this. What's the next topic? Leaving Xbox. So we were talking about games that are leaving PlayStation. We also got a couple leaving the Xbox Game Pass soon. So if you got
see?
that,
And we believe in equal opportunity, okay?
yeah, this is a show for all gamers.
That's right. Not just PlayStation.
All gamers.
But see how disrespectful we are? We only going to tell you what's leaving Game
Yeah.
Pass. We ain't telling you what's coming.
Yeah, you got to figure that out. We don't care. We'll only tell you when it's too late. Click on that. Click on that image. See if you can get a bigger.
Things
Below it.
Nothing's loading.
Nothing's loading. Try.
It's
clicking
okay.
it.
I can see it.
Scroll
I think
up.
that first
All right,
one
just zoom
says,
in. Pinch and zoom. There you go.
oh,
Came up.
I'm glad.
Echo Generation, Bloodroot, Sable, Ring of Pain, Into the Pit. Do you know any of these games?
I know Sable. I don't know
Okay.
the other ones. I know I'm glad that the image got blown up because I thought that first one said Brussels sprouts. But it says Bloodroot. But yeah, Sable is a really cool game. It's got like a really nice art style to it, and it's like kind of like an Outlander futuristic vibe.
Okay.
Where you're riding on these.
You talking about the show Outlander?
No, not like the Outlander show. I would say like just because it's like in the desert and stuff. I guess more so I would say it's like Tatooine Star Wars vibe.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like the
I
desert.
can see that, the floating
Yeah,
hover thing.
the pod
behind him.
racer looking thing. And,
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right, well, check those out. You guys got to get them quick. What does it say? When are they leaving? October 15th?
yeah. So you got
2 weeks? Not as urgent as PlayStation. You got a little bit of time.
And the thing about the games leaving Game Pass, it's not like PlayStation Plus where you can add it to the library.
That just means it's not there anymore.
Yeah, once it leaves Game Pass, you're not playing it no more.
It's like when
unless you buy it.
It's like when a movie goes off of Netflix.
Yeah,
That's it, and you can't watch it anymore.
unless you switch regions.
Yeah.
With our sponsor, NordVPN. No, I'm just joking. No.
One day. All right. Horizon Zero Dawn. Hold on a second. We'll talk about this, and then this will be our last topic, and then we'll not our last topic for the night, but our last topic before we get into our trivia game. How many people? We got 9 people with us.
No,
-2.
we got 7 people
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah, because I'm on there. All right. Horizon Zero Dawn. This broke today. Actually, I kept seeing all the articles. You said you saw all the articles coming out today, right?
Yeah.
They're doing a remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn, which seems to be a trend of remastering games that are not that old. Maybe they saw the success of like The Last of Us Part 1, and they were like, let's remaster a game that came out 2 years ago.
I feel like this was premeditated.
What's your theory?
I think that according to like what somebody else said on Twitter, I can't remember who the guy's name was, but I kind of agree with what he was saying, that Sony's trying to polish up games that they have TV and movie properties coming out for, so that when people go to, either experience the show that's going to be streaming on whatever platform the show comes out on, or the movie, then they're going to be like, oh, there's a game for this? I want to go back and play this. So Sony's like trying to put out the best looking version of that game, either before or at the same time that the show or the movie drops.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, even just recently with the Cyberpunk, it's the anime that promoted the game and increased sales. So that seems to be like a pretty new strategy now, where they use the game to promote the movie and use the movie to promote the game.
Yeah.
Is it new? Because they used to, every time a movie came out, they used to come out with a really terrible video game. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm glad
they got bad rap for years for game adaptations, to the point to where gamers would just be like, just please don't make a movie or show out of this, because you always mess it up.
Yeah. The adaptations never worked.
Yeah.
If there was a movie and they made a game the game was terrible. If they made a movie based on the game, the movie was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a lot of terrible movie. I could do a whole video about terrible game adaptations.
Well, the crazy thing is like, okay, like, why do we? I mean, I said the same thing about The Last of Us Part 1. Don't get me wrong, I still bought it.
Yeah.
And I still played it because I love that game. But Horizon Zero Dawn is a great game. It took me like 4 or 5 years to play it.
Oh, really?
Because I bought it and then it just sat wrapped on the shelf. You know how it is when you got that backlog, you know.
Yeah, I think Jamal played that game.
Yeah,
he doesn't really play games, but he made time to play that one, so it must have been pretty good. I don't.
Yeah.
Jamal, did you ever beat it, or you just dabbled? You just dabble.
It was a great game though. And while we wait for Jamal to respond, I just don't feel like it really needs a remake.
Yeah, it was just on the PS4.
Yeah, I mean, they could just remaster it. Man. I mean, honestly, they don't even really need to do any of that.
Yeah, the remaster for a previous console just seems unnecessary.
It just seems like a waste of resources for, especially the AAA studios that are making the games that we really, are looking forward to, especially on PlayStation. Like, why waste time remaking this game that's not even 6 years old when they could just be working on the next best thing, either the sequel to Forbidden West or a new IP. Like, why waste development time on redoing a game that's not that old?
Right.
I mean, if y'all gonna keep doing these remakes, do something.
Meanwhile, we're waiting on like another Naughty Dog game. I'm sure people are waiting on a new game from this studio. What's the studio that does Horizon?
Guerrilla.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games.
Which used to make Killzone. Like,
Yeah,
why don't y'all remake Killzone?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, like the last Killzone came out on
Because Killzone's not getting a TV show.
PlayStation 4, I think it was.
Which almost was a launch title for PS4. So it was like early PS4.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we got. Let's go ahead and get into this game here. You can switch the camera to us while you get it set up so they don't watch you fumble through all that.
Oh, by the way, Jamal says he dabbled and he enjoyed the view. Because, it was a gorgeous game.
It was a really pretty game, yeah. Everybody get your browsers open or have your browsers ready. We're about to post a link. 3-finger swipe right. So we're about to post a link on the screen. So I'm going to do this with you guys. Go to joinmyquiz.com. I'm going to see if I could post this in the chat. I mean, in the chat. Joinmyquiz.com. Are we allowed to post links? Or is it going to block it? Go ahead and try to click that. I don't know if it will let you click it. Will it let you click it? Try it.
Where'd you post it at?
In the chat.
I don't see nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Go all the way up. I mean, yeah, scroll all the way
up. The last
up.
thing I see is I loved this game from Dowsoft.
Let me try going into the studio here.
I'm going to try to fill this empty noise with my breathing.
No. Very entertaining. All right. Anyway, go to joinmyquiz.com. You're just going to have to type it in manually. It's not that long. And then type in that game code. And I see there's 10 of you here. So let's wait until there's 10 people.
Well, there's 11 minus 2.
Well, we're counting us this time.
Which would be 9.
All right, let me go here. Join my quiz. Enter.
Yeah, guys. If you're interested in participating,
042.
Then please, by all means, join the game and test your might.
The quiz name is GT Saleh. I don't know why I tried changing that. I guess it didn't save. But join GT Saleh.
And that when you get to the page, it just says enter a join code, which is the 102042.
Oh, hold on. Join a game. Please enter a valid code. Hold on. 102042. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna join as GT Solid. Reattempt. There we go. Who's Galabawi? Who joined as Galabawi? That's my name. All right.
Well, I joined as Noob Master 66.
Noob Master.
Yeah,
Those are opposites. That's an oxymoron.
From the Endgame movie.
Oh.
When he was
yeah.
messing with Korg.
All right. Is anybody having trouble joining? Because I see there's 10 people in the chat, but there's only 8 people on the quiz.
That's how many people are in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember, you got to subtract 2.
Yeah, but I'm including myself because I'm also joining the quiz.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I'm also on the quiz. So
Yeah. So there should be 10. So,
well, maybe that's all they wanted to say.
Oh, Jamal said, what's the website? It's right there, joinmyquiz.com. Joinmyquiz.com. All right. Is anybody else having trouble with it?
All right, I see I Am Him is in there, 100 Millies in there. I don't know who Smelly Wrinkle is, but thanks for joining. Bozo. Yeah. We about to get started.
You ready for this, Javon?
Sure, man. I'm ready.
All right. This is going to test your gamer knowledge. Let's see. And it's going to rank us all based on who got the most questions right.
Good. As long as it's not just me being tested. That way I won't be the only one getting embarrassed.
Yeah. All right. How many people in here now? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started because most people are in. So if you're not in, nobody's having trouble. I just assume you want to spectate, which is fine. Let's go ahead and get started then. 2, 1, go. What is a frag? Don't say your answer out loud. Just type it in. I hope it's not case sensitive. All right. It says it's waiting on everyone else. This is gamer terminology. Is it? I was going to say something else, but I might give it away. All right. Everybody has a minute to answer, which should help with the delay. I know you guys see what I'm saying maybe 5 or 10 seconds later.
Mine ain't allow me to save my response.
Did you submit your response?
Yeah, we're saying it's oh, there we go.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right, we got 15 seconds left. Looks like we got 2 people still haven't answered. All right. Time's up. All right.
Incorrect.
Leaderboard. Let's see. I got it right. Who's gonna Bowie? Why does someone else have my name?
What?
Did you get it wrong?
Yeah, but I put grenade.
What did you do?
So
You
I'm
misspelled
gonna say
grenade?
I got it right. Even though it says a hand grenade, I put grenade.
You put a hand grenade?
I know what a frag is.
Well, if it has the word grenade, it should have counted it right. I just typed in grenade. I didn't type in a hand. I just typed in grenade. Okay. Go ahead. Next question. All right. 3, 2, 1. The Umbrella Corporation is a fictitious pharmaceutical company in what game?
Oh man, if any of y'all are gamers in the chat and you don't know this, leave the stream.
I see this one. I'm getting responses really quick. These bubbles are, you see, it shows the ones that are highlighted are the ones who answered. So they're popping in much faster for that. So more people know what this is than people that know what a frag is. Let's see, you got a chance to get back on top of the leaderboards. All right, we need some music or something. Hey, look at that soundboard. See if there's some music you can play while we wait. Should be one with the sound effects. Just play it every time we're waiting. All right, here we go. Time's up. Correct. I got it correct. Noob Master. That's you?
Of course.
How you at the top of the leaderboard? Oh, you got the last one right.
What?
Oh, yeah, you got the last one right. You must have, because no way you're at the top of the leaderboard. Other people got the last one right.
It said I got it wrong, though.
It says wrong on your screen?
It did when I did the grenade thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow you're at the top of the board right now.
That's because I'm him. Oh, sorry for stealing your username. I am him.
All right, next question. Next question. No, don't restart.
Sorry, crap.
Hit next question.
It's actually part of a funny video that I watched.
All right.
It's called Jerome Meets the Parents.
2, 1. Mario first appeared in what video game?
Oh, boy. If you're young, you're going to get this wrong. I'm sorry.
Youthful disadvantage. I'll give you a clue. Mario's not in the title.
Well, I mean, he is in the title. If you consider the title to be the game.
What is that?
That was amazing. Oh, yeah. It looks like there's a lot of...
We're trying to find music.
There's a lot of
if you hear random
hesitation.
sound effects, then that's what's going on. All right. Time's up. I got it correct. Did you get yours correct?
I don't know.
You got to be on this screen. All right.
Look, man, I got to
Correct. Let's see who's at the top now. Who's at the top? 100 Millie still ranking in there. All right, go ahead. Next question. Just leave the mouse down there.
Question number 3.
What is the name of Mario's dinosaur sidekick? You know, some of these are easy.
Oh, man.
Some of them are a little harder. This one is hard.
Hey, you know, I was a little worried. But so far, I'm not worried.
Okay. So far, you've missed one question due to a misspelling.
The game's rigged.
All right, I guess I'll join the group chat while we wait.
Yo said if I get this wrong, I'm going to bed.
Who?
Douse off.
I see you. Wait, Jamal's still trying to get on the website? Or is this an old one? Okay. Oh, no, he's on. All right, here we go. We got 5 seconds left. Almost. 5, 4, 3, and the answer is...
The answer is Yoshi. And if you didn't put that, leave the chat.
All right, correct. I got it correct. All right, let's go ahead to the next question. Nobody got that one wrong, it looks like.
I hope not.
So if you were losing, then that should have helped you get caught up a little bit. All right, what video game franchise has racked over $1 billion in lawsuits?
Lawsuits? Oh, man. Jeez. All right, yeah, y'all might have me with this one.
I'm taking a guess here. I don't want to say my guess out loud, though.
Hey, it says I'm in first place.
You could see the leaderboard?
No, I could just see my ranking. Take that, you scrubs.
All right. Find some music for us, Demi.
We don't need no music. It's intense with the quietness. You sit there, your thoughts, and you're like, man, I don't know if this is right. Is it right?
Your thing's turned all the way down. There we go. All right.
Oh, I got it
pause
right.
it. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it.
If anybody's curious, the answer was Grand Theft Auto.
Who's at the top now? 100 Millie is competing. Smelly Wrinkle. I don't know where he's at. Just pause it. Just like press it again so you don't have to keep fading it. All right. Let's do our next question.
Don't give up. Keep playing.
Next
You
question.
might just come back out on top.
All right. What popular video game character inspired the name of a human gene? Do you know this one?
What?
I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
What is this picture? what?
I think that's a gene, a human gene.
That's not a gene. It's a bunch of spaghetti noodles and arrows. What popular video game character inspired the name of a human gene? It's got to be. Nah. I don't even know what to put on this one. I'm out.
All right, we got about 10 more seconds. He said the picture of snakes and ladders. Oh, that could be it. What if that's it? I got it wrong if that's it.
Time's up. And you didn't put no answer, so you
I got
wrong.
it incorrect. I put an answer.
No, I was talking about me.
Oh. What was it?
Yeah, what was the answer for that one? Did anybody get that right? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, Sonic the Hedgehog. There's a gene called Sonic the Hedgehog. I put in Pac-Man. It sounds like a gene name. It's very short. Sonic the Hedgehog is a long name for a gene. Okay. Go ahead. Next question. Hit us with the music. What game did the famous actor Robin Williams reportedly, why is it reportedly? We know. Named his children after.
Oh, come on.
You know this one?
Of course.
I think this one might be another one a lot of people might know. I'm pretty confident about this one. Did somebody got the gene one right? People got the gene one right.
Oh man, I'm in second place now. That's it. My pride can't take this.
Whoever got the human gene one.
Spicy Curry got it.
He got this gene one?
Yeah.
He didn't do snakes and ladders?
I don't know. I just know he put it in the chat.
Where'd the music go? Yeah. Oh, maybe he put it in the chat when I said, what's the answer?
Oh, I got it right.
What did I get? Did I get it?
Oh.
Yes, I got it correct.
Darn you, Mills. Darn you.
Okay. I missed the leaderboard, but a lot of people got that one right. I just typed in Zelda, but Legend of Zelda is also correct.
That's off. You said Halo? Robin Williams named his children after Halo?
Halo, come here.
Come here, Master Chief. Get over here. Grunt.
Next question. All right, here we go. We got another one. 100 million at the top of the charts now. World market generates the most revenue in the video game industry.
World market?
Which place in the world? Generates the most revenue in the video game industry. I'm going to take a guess and say...
Will we just like name a country?
Yeah. What country do you think? You got 30 seconds left.
You know what? I actually regret answering that.
Don't worry, it doesn't show your wrong answer. It just shows you got it wrong.
Feel like I should have said China.
China?
Because they got the most people, man.
They got the most people, but that doesn't mean they spend the most. They're too serious over there.
That's very true. They do restrict a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it wrong.
I got it wrong too.
Trash.
Was it the U.S.? China. It is China.
What?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Oh, man, now I'm in third. I knew I should have put China.
I said Japan. What did you say?
I said the United States. That was stupid.
I was like, it's either Japan or the United States.
I regretted it as soon as I sent it. I was like, that's got to be wrong.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Oh, yes, Mills said he got it wrong too. But that's okay, Mills, because you're still ahead of me.
All right.
Somebody jumped in first, though.
What is the best YouTube channel for gaming news?
Man, I don't know. I don't know about this one.
That's a tough one. I can think of two good ones. What is the best YouTube channel for gaming news?
Yo, the way you're saying
This guy said Malaysia. Obviously. He said the Chinese letter and the usernames, you can't beat them. That's true. I remember playing a bunch of Chinese people on Mario Kart. I couldn't beat none of them.
Yes, IGN, PlayStation, Grenade,
Game
Ranks.
ranks. Oh, that's it. Yes. Who got that one wrong? Okay, good. Y'all better not get that one wrong. Is there another question? Go ahead, hit next question. No, that was it. This is the last question. Do you want to end the quiz? Hit no. So let's see if there's a scoreboard or something. Click around on the top. Full question view, chart view. No. Hit response view. I want to see the scoreboard. Who ended up on the top of the leaderboard at the end?
Is it participants view?
Participants view?
Oh, never mind.
No. Man, I want to acknowledge whoever won this round. Who won the round at the end? I mean, who won this match?
Well, I ain't gonna toot my own horn or nothing, but it do say I'm in second. I don't think I'm in second though.
Was it? It's whoever has my name, Guladawi.
Who's the imposter?
GT Saw is all the way in like fourth place. 100 Milli is in second, and then you're in third, according to this thing. Oh yeah, because of the points. Yeah, it adds up the points. So good job, 100 Milli. The fake me got first place. 100 Milli got second. You got third. I got fourth. And who's Smelly Wrinkle? That sounds like maybe spicy curry. Good job, Jamal. 16,000 in seventh place. And GT Salah got ninth place.
And
I think that was just me logging in and then changing my
and my
username.
employee, I am him, right above last place.
Wait. Oh, that's Imad. Imad won. He's the imposter. He just texted me and revealed himself. All right. Well, good job, Imad, and good job, 100 Milli. Both of y'all are top two. And thank you, Imad, for making me look good because you won the game, but you used my name, so I get the credit.
So unfair.
All right. I hope y'all had fun. Let's get back into the news. We already talked about the remaster. What was that? Oh yeah, go ahead and click off of those two.
Oh, and I just want to shout out all y'all that's still with us when it's almost midnight. It's late, man.
Oh, my brother also thought that the human gene was Pac-Man. I don't know why I have that in my head. I was like, I remember hearing this somewhere.
Yeah.
The Pac-Man gene.
I never heard of any of that, but I'm glad to know Sonic the Hedgehog has more influence. Than
Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all enjoyed that. I try to switch it up. We've done the trivia before, but it's always just been me and you playing. Yeah. And people participate in the chat. But when they started participating, it gave me the idea of what if they could actually like have their name up on the screen.
That was a pretty good idea.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all let me know if y'all had fun. I can make this a weekly part of the podcast.
I just want y'all to know that I would have had second place if it wasn't for that grenade question. I'm just putting that out there.
What did you put for frag? What did you think of frag
I put
was?
grenade.
Grenade? You must have put like...
well, the answer said hand grenade.
You must have put grenade or something.
No, I put grenade. I know how to spell.
That gamer IQ.
Oh, I am him said his phone died, so he couldn't answer the rest of the questions. That's why he was in last place. Well, I mean, you wasn't in last place. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you all the way
That's pretty
down.
good. Your phone died and you still didn't get last place.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's get on.
All right. Yeah, thanks you guys for joining us. I really appreciate that. I had a lot of fun. Let's continue the fun now. Microsoft, let's continue the fun with some acquisitions. What's more fun than an acquisition? Microsoft files its case for Activision acquisition with UE, European Union Competition Regulator. So they're done. They've made their case. They say, hey, look, we're not a monopoly. Call of Duty is not going to be exclusive. We're going to honor PlayStation's 3-year contract. And we're not sure what's going to happen after that. But, everything's on the up and everything's good. Let's go ahead and file. So they went ahead and filed. Now what happens after they file, that doesn't mean it's done. So they're going to review it. And if it doesn't get approved, then they can appeal it. And then they'll go through a second round of investigations, which go to the next tab. It looks like Jim Ryan is really trying to make that happen because it says the PlayStation boss, Jim Ryan, flew to Brussels to voice concern over the European Union over Xbox's Activision deal.
My man is hating.
He's flying all over the world trying to stop this thing from happening.
He said, I don't want y'all to have Call of Duty. Point blank, period. I'm selfish.
He really doesn't want this to happen. And they got so many exclusives, but he's like really worried about Call of Duty.
I'll tell you what he's worried about, that he's not going to be able to remake another game. That's the problem. Because he's remade Last of Us Part 1.
He's trying to remaster Vanguard. That's what's going on.
Exactly. He wants to do a bunch of remakes.
Yeah. So anyway, he's over there.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. Thanks, Mills. Good night, man. You have a good night.
Oh, 100 Mills is going to sleep?
Yeah, he got to go to bed.
Well, thanks for sticking around for the game. I appreciate that. The game was fun. Have a good night. Yep. You too, man. All right. Oh, he said he put bomb for frag. Okay. I could see that. But I guess it counted it as wrong. Okay, so he flew to Brussels. So the fact that he's giving him a hard time like this means maybe they'll have something else to consider. He's trying to convince him that this is not a good deal. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we could get...
Because he's concerned about Call of Duty being exclusive.
Right. Rightly so.
Microsoft.
I think he has good reason to doubt what Xbox is telling him, Once the acquisition is done, then it's done.
I mean, but... You buy a developer or studio, whatever, or publisher to have exclusive rights.
Yeah, we know that, but he's saying not with Call of Duty because they're too big. If you do that, then it's different than buying, I don't know, any other title and making it exclusive. Even Spider-Man, like Spider-Man was a huge title, but it doesn't have a long history like Call of Duty does. Like Call of Duty has a long history on PlayStation. And then you're just gonna take that away.
Spider-Man got a long history
on Xbox.
Not consistently like Call of Duty, but Spider-Man had games on Atari. Call of Duty wasn't on Atari.
I don't know. And then of course, like he's only thinking about himself. If he was acquiring Activision, if PlayStation was acquiring Activision, he'd be making the opposite case. It's no big deal. It's just Call of Duty. There's lots of first-person shooters.
Well, see, the problem is that everybody kept making fun of Xbox during
For
the
not having exclusives.
during the Xbox One era, and everybody was like, Xbox ain't got no games. Now look, they buying up everything, and y'all can't say nothing. And Sony trying to stop it because they scared.
He's flying all around the world trying to stop this from happening. So anyway, if he's successful, if he creates enough doubt, then they may reject it, which means there'll be a second round of investigations as they dig a little deeper. And he's probably going to tell them to figure out what's going on after the contract, because Xbox basically saying they're going to honor their contract with Activision, but Activision's contract with PlayStation is only for 3 years, and they're not clear about what's going to happen after that 3 years.
Yeah.
Which of course you would assume they're going to then make it exclusive. And, you got to pay attention to the words they use. They didn't say we're not going exclusive. Well, they did actually. They said it wouldn't make sense to go exclusive.
Not right out the gate is not.
Not right now, yeah.
But it's gonna be.
But then in
exclusive
3
eventually.
years, then they're like, now it makes sense.
Yeah,
then it's exclusively on Xbox. So anyway, let's see. We'll see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye on this story. Let's go ahead to the next one. Disney wants a new Star Wars game every 6 months. That's a lot. Like, there's yearly releases. They want bi-yearly.
Well,
what do you think about this? Amy Hennig, who worked on the Uncharted games.
I don't think it's a bad thing as long as there's a lot of diversity in it and it's not coming all from the same studio, which it looks like from the list is, it's a bunch of different studios.
I mean, but Call of Duty has like multiple studios and they do yearly releases.
Yeah, but they got like
and Ubisoft has
2 or 3
multiple
studios
and they have like yearly releases.
But it's 2 or 3 studios though. And Ubisoft is clearly just focused on their first party thingies. So, but this is like just from you can see from that list, the Skydance Media is one, Respawn, which makes the Jedi Fallen Order game, which they're making the sequel to that, Jedi Survivor. Then you got Ubisoft Massive working on one, Quantic Dream,
Zynga,
Saber Interactive, Zynga.
Zynga is like the mobile game, right? They do like phone games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And looks like Respawn's working on 3 of them though. So that's the only thing I'm a little concerned with is that you take that one IP and you give it to you give too many projects to one studio and it spreads them thin to where
they
but
do
it
have
all
way
depends
more than
on
2 studios, so I don't know. But even as let's say that the studios can handle it. There's how many? Skydance, Respawn, Ubisoft, Quantic, Saber,
Zynga. That's it.
Okay, so you got 6 game studios. So let's say they got plenty of time. They're comfortable. They could put out a project that they're proud of, that they had enough time to work on. As a gamer, do you want a Star Wars game every 6 months? I feel like you don't get a chance to really like sit with the game and enjoy it and live with it.
It depends on what it is, because like I'm not gonna I haven't played every Star Wars game. Like Knights of the Old Republic, I didn't play that. I mean, I played it for a little bit, but it wasn't like a Star Wars game that I played through to completion, like I did with like The Force Unleashed, which was very fun, or Fallen Order, or like the old Star Wars games that came out on like Nintendo 64 or whatever, like the Pod Racer, and there was one you had to play as like I think you were like playing as Boba Fett or something, but it depends on what it is. Like they got on that list there, it says an untitled strategy game. I'm definitely not playing that.
Good night, Jamal.
And then yes, good night, Jamal. You have a great night. And the Quantic Dream game, I probably play that. It depends on what they do with it. And then the Zynga developer,
Quantic Dream, the guys who did Heavy Rain.
Yeah,
they're doing Star Wars games.
Yeah, they had a trailer during the State of Play.
I didn't see that. I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was a good looking trailer, but it was just like,
is it the same way that they did Detroit and the rest of their games? Same style?
They didn't really
show gameplay.
Yeah, it wasn't a gameplay trailer.
Okay.
It was like a cinematic trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, but
100. I mean, not 100 milli. I Am Him says he said that's a lot. I would understand DLC. Do you think by a game every 6 months, do you think they're talking about DLC as well? That would make more sense to me. Like an expansion pack, an extra mission, something like that. But they're talking about it like a full game release.
If you look at that list, those are full game releases. Those are not, that's definitely not DLC.
Every Star Wars game development. Yeah, that's a lot of games.
But I think maybe what I am him is saying is that he would understand if it was like a downloadable content for a Star Wars game, maybe, not a new game every 6 months,
Right,
but
right.
like, expansion to something.
But
that's
then you
already
wouldn't
out.
have multiple studios working on DLC.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
of course not. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I would probably play some of them. I'm probably not gonna play all of them.
Yeah.
Definitely playing Jedi Survivor for sure.
Yeah, because you really like Fallen Order.
Yeah,
right?
Fallen Order was amazing.
Okay. Well, I know we got a couple of Star Wars fans in the chat. I know Gadabawi or Ahmad. He really likes the Star Wars franchise. So let me know, Ahmad, if you're a big fan of Star Wars. Do you want a Star Wars game every 6 months, or is that still too much? All right, let's go to the next topic. Go ahead. You tell me what this is about.
Oh well, it's just a picture of Joseph Ferris with some mocap actors for a game that they're working on. Not much to really talk about here. It's just basically letting us know that he's developing another game. If you don't know who Joseph Ferris is, he's the director of the It Takes Two game,
Which won Game of the Year, didn't it? A lot of awards.
Yeah, won Game of the Year from the Game Award show.
He also did A Way Out.
Yeah,
That's what he seems to be into. Is
the
fully
prison
co-op.
break game.
Yeah, I've played that with a few of my friends. I played that game from beginning to end, probably like 4 or 5 times with different people.
I started it with my wife, and then we didn't finish it.
That's how It Takes Two.
But
There's evidence of that online.
well, I mean, we'll get it maybe one day. I don't know. But yeah, so they're working on another game, and I guess these.
Well, it looks like they're not only using the mocap, but they got the facial.
Yeah,
So hopefully the graphics, because that's one of the things. These games are really good. They're co-op, which a lot of people are not doing. They're not doing like split screen co-op anymore. But his graphics aren't the greatest.
all right. Well, like I said, it's not always all about the graphics. As long as the gameplay is there.
It's about the graphics.
Well, for some people, but as long as the gameplay is good, then the graphics will, it ain't all that. It's not the end all be all.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. But it adds to it. When the game looks beautiful, you get more people interested in it. Some people, their interest starts with the graphics.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Dalsaf says gameplay is his main thing. I agree with you, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
And let me
Gameplay above all things.
Let me tell you why it's not all about the graphics. Because if it was, Nintendo would not be
That's true.
making any money right now. They would be in the trash can. Because nobody cares about them graphics on Nintendo.
Yeah, on the Switch, it's like they're committed to staying one generation behind when it comes to graphics. Yeah.
They go to the beat of their own drum, and they're what they come out with is I like Nintendo specifically for their innovation. They're always doing something that the other two are not doing.
Yeah.
Where PlayStation and Xbox is focused on, we gotta look better and we gotta have better frames per second. They're always focused on performance and visuals. Whereas Nintendo's like, how can we change how this game's played, or how games are played, or how the media is consumed? I think that's what Nintendo is, why they're so appealing still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When the
'cause
Switch came out, that was revolutionary.
Yeah.
It's like a console that you can carry, and it's not like a Nintendo DS where it's like some watered down version. Like you could play a full console game in your hands.
Or the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U. That was like their first attempt at that.
It's like the Steam Deck's granddad.
Yeah. Back in my day, you couldn't leave the console. You had to be within range of it. Anyway, this is what we got. It's not much. There's no game title or anything. It's just letting us know he's working on something, and there's some behind the scenes with the mocap actors. I guess we're gonna have 2 female characters. That's what we know. It's most likely a co-op game because that's what he likes to make. And we're going to have 2 female leads now.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. Silent Hill. Go ahead. You could talk about this one.
This was just something that appeared on a Korean ratings board site, kind of like the ESRB for America, but it's the game ratings committee for Korea.
Okay.
Has rated an unannounced Silent Hill the short message game. Now
That's strange because usually games get announced and have a release date and still don't have a rating.
Yeah.
They have a rating before they have an announcement or a release date.
Yeah, and they're saying the platform was not specified. Now, this is a little curious because everybody that is a fan of Silent Hill or has been waiting for a Silent Hill remake, this had popped up, and it's kind of raising some eyebrows. They're like, hey, is this supposed to be the remake or is this something different? So we're not really sure, but we're going to keep our ears to the ground on this one and see if anything new pops up on it.
All right, Silent Hill, the short message. This might be the new Silent Hill y'all been hearing about. Let's go ahead to the new one. I meant to the next one. Baby Yoda. How do you pronounce that word?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Does anybody in the chat know what a Tamagotchi is?
If y'all were born in the 90s, you know what this is.
Oh, yeah. Tamagotchis were awesome.
You're basically asking the chat who was born in the 90s.
And I'm an old man, and I'm saying that. I don't care. They're like little pocket pets.
Doesn't your daughter have one of these?
They did, because we were like walking through Walmart one day, and we just saw like Tamagotchis on an end cap. Like, oh my gosh, these exist still? So I bought a whole bunch of them for the kids and my wife because she wanted one for some reason. And I can't tell you where they are right now. But
last time she came over, she was like, I have to feed him.
Yeah.
Well, she was like, she was into it. It must have been new then.
Yeah. But if you were ever into Tamagotchis or you were a 90s baby or whatever, they're coming out with one for Grogu or Baby Yoda, as most of you know him. So you'll be able to, take care of Grogu and feed him and give him.
I'm standing up for I am him.
Oh, okay.
You see.
Oh, got you. 90s babies. I'm not a 90s baby, so I can't stand up.
Oh man, you 80s?
80s baby.
Okay.
But then again, somebody might say that I'm not because I was 88.
Late 80s.
Yeah, I was late. Technically, I guess I am a 90s baby. Whatever. But yeah. So if you like Tamagotchis and you like Baby Yoda, this is for you.
It's right up your alley.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. We got God of War has a whole bunch of accessibility features. So this seems to be a thing that Sony, you could say PlayStation has all the exclusives. But if you have any type of handicap, you could also say PlayStation has all the accessibility features because all their AAA like first party games that are coming out now like really focus in on accessibility features as part of being like a AAA game now. Yeah. Scroll down a bit, it shows you what some of the accessibility features are. What does it say? AAA titles, audio description cutscenes. Naughty Dog is not the only PlayStation developer to prioritize and include accessibility in their games. So God of War, of course, is going to be one of them. I wonder if this is something that PlayStation asked them to do, like as a PlayStation exclusive.
It could be, or it just could be like that's just like a thing that the PlayStation studios are, like the developers themselves from like either Sony Santa Monica or like, Naughty Dog or whatever. There's just something that they're passionate about including in their titles. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's like a big push from Sony. Maybe it might be.
It's definitely a nice thing.
Yeah, it's awesome to
people who want
to make it more accessible to people who may not have the same, ability as everybody else to be able to play the games the same way as everybody else.
Right. And now they get to enjoy these games, and not only do they get to enjoy like some games, they get to enjoy the best games.
Yeah.
You know, because these are like, you know, The Last of Us, God of War, like the biggest games they'll get to participate in. You know, it's not like some indie title. It's like, hey, look, we added some subtitles and stuff, you know, where it's like, okay, I guess I can enjoy this game, but I never heard of it. You know?
And then according to the studio, they're not saying that it's like something that they just tagged on there. They're saying it's a core part of the gameplay design. So they really made it a key focus when developing God of War Ragnarok to make sure that those accessibility features were in there from the start. So I think that's very cool that they always that they're considering that when making the game.
Yeah, that's really cool. And now I've seen more of like the accessible controllers and stuff like that. Xbox has been doing that for a while as well.
Yeah.
And PlayStation, or they have the different controllers that's made, you know, for accessibility.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead to the next story.
The last story.
The last story of the night. Go to the top. Scroll all the way to the top.
My back hurt.
We got lean back like me. Just relax.
I can't. I'm gonna fall asleep. No.
There's something called the Arabic Game Conference. So
What?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. The Arabic Games Conference is a celebration of games and interactive experiences designed by Arab creators in the Arab world. Get access to resources in Arabic, as well as professional advice. Learn how to advance your game, build your career in game development. So just as it sounds, it's like Arab game developers. Go down, look, these are some of the studios here. Egypt Game Developers, Game Developers Corner, Game Developers Qatar. Then there's Sudan, that's where I'm from. Shout out Sudan. Sudan Game Development. There's Moroccan Game Development. Unreal Jordan. So I guess there's people in Jordan using the Unreal Engine. Keep going. Lebanon, Leb Game Development. Leb is probably Lebanon. Syrian Game Developers.
Tunisian. You skipped over Tunisian.
Where? Oh, Tunisian. Okay, Tunisian Game Developers. AN, what would AN be? Game Studios.
And Game Studios?
Sudanese Game Collective. Look, Sudan's in there twice. Shout out to Sudan. All right, game developers. Anyway, this is pretty cool. I'm trying to like improve my Arabic. I speak Arabic a bit, but it's really weak. So if there's some like Arabic, like I got excited when Uncharted 3, there was like a little bit of Arabic when they go to Yemen.
Yeah.
Or like in Assassin's Creed when they're chasing you around the rooftops, they're like yelling at you in Arabic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, there's Arabic. You know? But if we could play like entire games in Arabic, that would be pretty cool. And then if it's from Sudan, it's like Sudanese Arabic, the one that I'm familiar with. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. And I know a lot of people want to learn Arabic. This could be a way, you know, they say like immerse yourself in TV shows and movies and stuff like that. If they have some Arabic video games, that could be another method now. If you're trying to learn Arabic, if they had more, you know, Arabic video games. So that's really cool. I hope they create like really big games that we find that end up on consoles, you know, like PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. Haven't heard of any of these game studios. So these are not parts of the world where they're known for this kind of stuff. Like Sudan's not known for making video games, you know?
Yeah, but it's cool to have more, you know, regions join in on developing games because when you get more areas of the world that are putting on their own spin or their own take, you get different stories and different perspectives. Because for so long, you know, you always have games dominated by either the West, which mostly we consider just the U.S., and then the East, which mostly everybody considers would be Japan.
Right.
So,
but even like the Japanese games are so unique. Like imagine not having Japanese games.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have Metal Gear Solid, right? We wouldn't have
or any of the action samurai games or horror games that they have that come out of Japan, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
Those are like these are really huge games. These are classics. So imagine like if Japan just didn't have game developers, we would miss out on like so many classics.
Yeah,
that's like a core
and
part of
PlayStation
gaming.
would not exist.
That's true. Yeah, the entire PlayStation console wouldn't exist. You know, so imagine so many stories that will come out of these countries here and their perspective and their spin on things, you know. So that's pretty interesting. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. Go back up. What's the date? They got a countdown on the website, so it shouldn't be too hard. 32 days. Oh, okay, this is it's in November 4th through the 5th.
And I Am Him said he'd cry if Japanese games did not exist. I second that.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We got the Arabic Game Conference. That's all the way in November, so we'll remind you when the day gets closer. For now, I guess I'll keep this countdown up on my so I can remember. Well, that's all. That's our last story for tonight. Thank you, guys. Who's still with us at the end of the console?
4 people. I know I Am Him was on here because he just commented.
Say here so I could give you a shout out. If y'all stuck around until the very end. I know I Am Him because he just commented.
Who doesn't have to be to work in the morning and they stayed on?
Hey, your wife is still here.
What?
Thank you, Mina.
You're supposed
I Am
to be
Him.
Sleep.
There you go. Go ahead, shout him out.
Oh, shout out Dow South. I hope I'm pronouncing you correctly.
He said, "Don't need sleep. Sleep is for the weak."
Man,
he didn't say that's the last part, but I'm just co-signing.
I used to be like that.
Who else? Come on, we got a few people still in here. We got at least 5 people.
Well, shoot, that was 4. That was 4.
Yeah, that's 3. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jamad. Shout out to 100 Milli. Shout out to Spicy Curry. Shout out to Imad. Shout out to, who else am I missing here? Golden Kid. Shout out to Golden Kid.
Oh, and shout out to our camera person.
Yes. Shout out to the wife. What's the bleep for?
But thank you everybody for being on here.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you didn't tune in live, and you're watching this after, then please share with your friends and invite them to watch Console Babble, where we drop the latest game news.
And join us live next time so you can take place in the quiz. We're gonna make the quiz a weekly thing, so join us next week if that looked fun to you. Yeah.
And thank you for everybody once again that did participate in the game. I didn't create it, but we enjoyed making that for you. Not me, but it was fun, and we hope we can do it again with more people or the same people or whatever.
Yep.
So hope you guys have a great night.
Yes, great night. Oh, we forgot to do the thing in the beginning, so let's do it as our outro instead.
All right.
I am G.
I am Javon.
And this is Console Babble.
Console Babble.
Oh, come on. We're out of sync again. All right, we'll do better next week. Good night. See ya. Peace.